So, what do you expect this day?
Yeah, I think you probably can't see from that shot, but this is a really small space with glass windows. So if you ask most recording engineers, would they pick this room to record, and they'd probably say no, because
Yes.
it's not the perfect space. That said, these recordings are intimate. They're meant to be honest, raw, and we've had everything from one guy with a guitar through to a three-piece now. And I think this is probably the biggest setup technically, because we've got drums.
First time with the drum, isn't it?
Yeah, first time with a full kit. Well, it's not a full kit. He's playing kick, snare, and hi-hat. But he's also got like a digital setup as well. So that's also going to be interesting. And the main challenge is, of course, in a small space with everyone tightly knit together, got all these microphones, and they're all picking up sound.
Yes.
They're meant to, he's only meant to pick up that. That's a very Dutch way of saying that.
Yes.
It is meant to be picking up that. But of course, it's got a pattern like this, and
It's going to pick up everything.
so
Yes.
that's also something we'll talk about, how you deal with that.
Yeah.
Or when.
And the monitoring is maybe a problem.
Yeah,
in a
yeah, we've
place
got
like this.
the bass is going to go into a DI, but we've got an amp there so he can hear himself.
Yeah.
The vocals also go straight into the computer, but they need to hear themselves.
So they will hear from this small monitor over there.
Yeah.
Not with headphone.
No.
No headphones.
No headphones. No.
Could you explain to us how you set up everything here in this part?
So all the cables, the DIs, everything, they're going into the snake there, and then they come into this this machine here. We've got 12 channels, 4 from the main interface, and then another 8 coming off here. Everything we've got needs phantom power, so that's all flicked onto 48 volts.
Yeah.
So that's that side, and then you need to route it all into here by selecting channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4,
Ghosts in Wallace's words, his famous friend did show the pride of a man who was gambling with time, flying to his death down on the
So with Pro Tools, you need to do all the work yourself. Like if you want some sound, you need to literally find the channel, make the connection, and it's almost like you're cabling.
And that's the
your signal
advantage.
flow yourself.
But I'm done wrong, but I'm done wrong. 2, 3, 4.
But within Pro Tools, any mistake that, anything that goes wrong is your fault. It's either something you haven't done, or it's something you've done wrong.
Yes.
But it's not going to be something that Pro Tools has done for you. It's not something you would produce music in. It's pretty clunky. You know, it's very it's a good recording space.
Okay.
And it's a good post-production mixing space. It's not necessarily a production tool. Like you wouldn't-
Producing music and
like trying to come
being
up with the right.
creative.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah,
So
so-
it's more like a real recording studio.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I think Pro Tools it was the first real professional product that came out to replace, or to work with, let's say, the big consoles.
Yes.
There's a log on the fire, and it burns like me for you. Tomorrow comes.
All of these channels are then routed to a bus. So for example, the vocals will all go into a vocal group,
Yes.
or bus, or orgs, whatever you want to call it. They're all kind of the same word actually. The bass, even though there's only one bass signal, I still want to take it to an aux, because you don't want to do any processing or anything on
The recording.
on the track itself,
Yes.
on the audio file itself. You want to do that on a separate channel.
Yes.
Because you don't want to damage the audio. So it's kind of a safety measure as well, that you don't do something that's committed to,
Yes.
to the original raw file.
Cause we are the same. Ooh, no one wants to be alone.
We've got a monitoring system,
Exactly. Yeah.
and we need to send stuff back, but you don't want to send everything back. So you can't just go through to the output bus and say, here you go, your monitors.
Yes.
Because that's not what you want. You want the vocals mostly. That's what you see on the stage. You see those little monitors on the floor.
Yeah.
And you want anything that's not amplified.
So the Ableton.
So the Ableton MP3s. Yeah. So that's there. And that's it really. Of course, got to be in record mode, otherwise nothing's going to happen.
Pretty wise, yeah.
And that's actually a good one because I normally, if I know that they're going to start in the next 2-3 minutes, I'll just start recording. And just record, because there are countless occasions, probably in every sound engineer's life or any recording engineer's life, where they didn't press record and they missed like that killer performance.
Horrible, yeah.
I had to walk in once and say, I'm really sorry, I am really sorry. Sounded great, but I haven't done anything. There's nothing on tape.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
We're gonna notice the things we're given. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Cause every life is a life worth living if we stick together. You know we can't go wrong.
The room we talked about is quite small.
Yeah.
As much as possible I want to have a good mix now without any processing.
Yes.
But that said, I know that there's going to be some EQing on, for example, the DI stuff, because that's just going in, you know. And
Yes.
a bass guitar, for example, that's not a very nice, a DI bass on its own is not nice. You need to give it some kind of flavour.
To work on it.
The keys, if he's sending me his keys, that should be fine. It's just the sound of the instrument.
Yes.
So that shouldn't need much apart from it. Oh, and that applies to everything now, is that you might do a bit of EQing in the mix. You will do EQing in the mix just to make it all sit better together. For what it's going to be used for, which is online. You know, people are going to be listening to this on headphones, on their computers, and they're not going to be playing on a record player on an amazing speaker system.
Well, there'll be a CD, you know.
So you want to make sure you can really hear the bass on something that doesn't actually, a speaker that doesn't actually have any bass at all.
Yeah.
So some of that kind of treatment, and a bit of compression as well, so that you know that everything is going to come out of that speaker. So that we kept that as minimal as possible, so like one mic on the guitar, not two, so you know, one mic on the kick, one on the whole kit, so you're not going to have phase issues really on that level. You might get some from the other mics. When you bring them up in the mix, then you'll notice that'll increase phase problems if there are any.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have to kind of work with what you have. I think we're capturing everything as it's being performed, and hopefully that should be good.
Soms is het te laat, te laat, te laat, is het te